Are you an Amazon seller that's looking to improve your product targeting campaigns? Well, today I'm going to show you a trick to do just that today on the Sunken Stone channel. Welcome to the Sunken Stone channel, where e-commerce brands, agencies, and DIYers learn tips, tricks, and tutorials on how to sell better on Amazon. If you like the channel, go ahead and hit the subscribe button and the notification bell so that you stay up to date with all the videos that we're producing. Now let's get into it. Now, I've noticed that with a lot of people's product targeting campaigns, they are doing without having the keyword themes that they can sort of optimize based off of. Oftentimes they just throw in, when the product is created, they'll just throw in all the suggested ASINs, probably other branded ASINs, and then just leave it. Like, there's not really, unless you have your automatic campaign sort of filtering ASINs into a campaign, there's not really an easy way to source that. So taking the ASINs that are generated from your automatic campaign that convert and moving them into your product targeting campaign, really good way to sort of capitalize on those sales and make sure you're always getting exposure there. On top of that, I'm going to show you a nice little trick in order to increase your exposure for product targeting campaigns, which for some brands, return isn't the best. Others, it's a really, really good source of extra traffic. And plus, you pretty much get to steal your competitor's sales. Sometimes your competitor will pay for the click, and then you get the sale. So not only are they paying for marketing, you're the one who gets the sale. So pretty much the best case scenario if you ask me. So how do we do more of that? So I'm creating this ad group. You can do this with an existing ad group as well. Works just the same. So I've got my trusty poly mailers here. And what you can do is just go, so obviously product targeting. So we have all these suggesteds and they're all very nice. Yeah, seems right. But what you can do is, and you can either do suggested bids, custom bids. I always like when I do suggested bids just to, give it a once over, a little visual comb through, because sometimes suggested bids can be really, really high. Just for random ASINs, sometimes there are little bid wars going on and the suggested ASIN can be really high. It can really screw up your returns if you're spending too much. Even if it's a good converting product, if you're spending too much for your CPCs, it can really throw off your ACoS. So that's a nice little tip. Just check through your suggested bids if that's how you're setting the bids themselves, just because sometimes they're not really flat. Sometimes you'll just have ones that are really expensive. But what you can do on top of that is this search feature. So what you can do is, if you've already got a keyword campaign that's working well, you can, or just a keyword bank. If you've just started your product, you probably have a list of keywords that you're sort of going after. If you don't, you should. That's 101. If you want to know more about sourcing keywords, check out this video right up here. But what you can do is choose, Polymailer, obviously the main one, we can try that, but just go ahead and give it a search. So here I'm looking at Polymailer. So when you just do the suggested, it'll only do 200 ASINs, which is a pretty good amount. But you can certainly add more than that. So here we're looking at 28,000 products that apply for Polymailer. So we're just gonna go ahead and give it a scroll, and here we go. So here's another one. It's pretty good. So I'm gonna make sure that we're not gonna spend too much there. Suggested bid seems reasonable, but now here we have all these additional targets that you wouldn't have necessarily gotten if you didn't use that suggested feature. Or if you only use that suggested feature, pardon me. So you can just keep repeating this, and it'll only show products that have Polymailer in the title. So it's not normally with the Amazon search. If you were to search for red basketball shoes for running, or red, that is not something that somebody would search, red shoes for running. They wouldn't show you or they would show you something that had red running shoe. The algorithm is kind of intelligent that way. But with this search feature, it isn't. So you have to keep in mind that something like envelope mailers, if we search that, that's probably going to give us a completely different list, or at least it's going to be, the hierarchy is going to be a little bit different. Yep, so totally different product list. There are often times when I'm setting up these campaigns, I'll just keep in mind sort of where we stack up review-wise, and I might avoid something that just is a really sure bet that, we might see higher ACoS on. This one, 4.5 stars, it's probably going to be better than these full 5-star ones, if you're really sort of ACoS conscious. If you're willing to spend the money, just go ahead and add everything. But if you're going to be ACoS conscious, taking a little bit of extra time to only include the 4.5-star products or the products that you roughly stack up better against is really going to help you out. Because I've seen suggested ASINs too pull in stuff that, might be a little bit less than relevant, and you're going to end up spending a lot of money there. So use this search feature with your best keywords to discover new ASINs that you can target. Well, that pretty much covers it. Short video today, but if you apply these tactics to your Amazon PPC campaigns, you could see some really good sales growth coming from this product targeted ad type. Additionally, this works with sponsored brand ASIN targeted campaigns and sponsored display product targeted campaigns. Those convert a little bit worse just from a return standpoint, I found. But if you have a really good product, or you're just really trying to keep that niche tight and you know you can convert better against certain products versus others, use this tactic and you could see some really good sales growth. For more great tips on how to set up Amazon PPC, check out our Amazon advertising hierarchy in the description. That's going to give you a really awesome reference guide for all things Amazon PPC, how to name your campaigns, when to launch them, how to set it up. It's really, really useful for making sure that your campaigns are organized, because like most sellers I see when I look at their account, they don't have a formal organization structure, and it makes it really hard to manage these things, and you're spending a lot of money and you don't necessarily know where it's going. So follow the Amazon advertising hierarchy. It's going to save you a lot of time and help you scale. If you want to know more about Amazon PPC, just the basics, check out this video right here. That's going to be our sort of basic 101 Amazon advertising tutorial. And if you want to learn sort of more about my high-level ACOS optimization techniques, check out this video at the top as well. That's going to be, really, really good stuff if you've been, selling for a while and you're really looking to grow sales at consistent spend or reduce spend relative to sales. If you want more tips on how to reduce your ACOS, check out this video. It's our 7 tips to reduce campaign-wide ACOS. Really helpful stuff. You could be saving thousands of dollars just from that video view alone. And with that, happy optimizing, everyone.